set up there for the day, station there, and then I'll be grabbing you in and out of things. You know, obviously it's scheduled, there's going to be certain things you're on, but you know, this is the whole team, so you can kind of get comfy there, and then I'll be grabbing you and pulling you into different stuff.
It wasn't about trying to compete, it was about executing on their vision, playing a long game, right? Because if you get your competitors to always chase you all the time, you win. That's what we do, throw marbles on the floor, right? But we're executing on my vision, not trying to catch up with anybody else or any of our competitors. Make them catch up with us. And yeah, we'll get punched in the mouth every once in a while. Doesn't matter though, long game.
On this episode, storytelling superstar Morgan Spurlock stops by. That was a mouthful.
You're too good. You're too good.
Oh, man.
So obviously I'm here at VaynerMedia. We're here to meet Gary Vaynerchuk. We sat in a couple meetings. It was pretty impressive, getting an idea of the organization and how he runs things. Obviously completely different than ServiceMonster, but I always love studying business models. And this is a pretty incredible space. He's done amazing things. $120 million business in the digital media space, really focusing on social media, has a handful of Fortune 100 companies as well as Fortune 500 companies, and they're opening up a new small business product that starts at $25,000 a month. So it's the real deal. It's not bots and regurgitated content. So pretty cool stuff. I'll tell you a story how we got here in a second. So the big story here obviously is the VaynerMedia. That's where we're shooting. Interesting story how we got here, and it has to do with us actually creating content on a regular basis and me being social. I went to a convention where he was supposed to speak, and it turned out he was Hollow Gary, pre-recorded. I wasn't happy. I left way early, didn't even wait for Tony Robinson, and threw a tweet down. He responded and flew us out. Took about 3 months to actually get the date, but it was pretty cool. So the lesson here is if you are not present in social and interaction with clients and customers and potential vendors and so forth, they're not going to see you. And if you're not there, nothing will happen. But when you put yourself out there, it's amazing what can happen. I've had amazing things happen to me outside of ServiceMonster as a result. And of course, you guys hear the progress that we're making in ServiceMonster as a result of this content creation. And it doesn't take too long. I'm trying to get you guys on the train, I really am. And if you're sitting there naysaying a little bit, like I get it, but you know what you can do? Change the damn channel.
Gary, thank
How
you
are
so
you?
much.
How's your day going?
Great.
Good.
Waiting around for you and
Good.
enjoying the scenery and picking up little things here and there, talking with your staff.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the situation that brought me here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Massive empathetic reaction. I think that's just amazing. Great case study. I mean, it's not little old lady at wine on Christmas, but
It's got that DNA.
yeah, it does a little bit, and also, you know, things happen for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So who knows, like long term?
Oh, you know, the truth is, I'm just utterly not transactional.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I think karma's practical. You wouldn't do these kind of things if you would then layer the stress of making it worth your while.
Yeah.
You know, to me, doing the right thing is always the right thing.
Also, thank you for the thank you economy. That saved my ass.
How so?
I have a board of directors who's social media challenged.
Yes.
I was going full tilt starting September.
Yes.
And we're killing it. A videographer, you know, following you, watched your journey on Facebook.
Yes.
I picked you up about a year ago. You had 700,000. And now with you and D-Rock and everything that's going on, you kicked it to 2 million solely with video, right? And so amazing. It's just been phenomenal watching you and then implementing those same strategies. We run 2 shows a week, the Ask ServiceMonster show and the ServiceMonster show. The ServiceMonster show is our journey, right? So it's like Daily V, right?
I'm following what
right?
you're putting down.
And then the Ask show obviously is just all about them. And it's just, you know, just between that and then I speak quite a bit. So Justin's always there and then pulling those nuggets out and just, you know, just like what you do. And freaking throw that on and for $50, it's got 14,000 views. I have 11,000 on Facebook and the industry's only 25,000 large.
Sure.
So, you know, we're set. I'm like so stoked. I'm taking it to 30 million over the next 5 years. We're totally set to where we want to go.
Where do you live?
Bellingham, Washington. We moved there on purpose. We started in Sacramento.
on one of my books.
Bellingham?
In that theater.
Mount Baker?
Yeah.
No shit.
For Thank You Economy?
Yeah, that's good. That's just a small community.
Right.
There's only 75,000 in the economy.
Forever to get there from, right, 2 hours from
Yeah, it is. It's 20 minutes from the border of Canada, but it's
That's right.
gorgeous.
I can't believe
Gorgeous.
I remembered that I was there.
And there's waterfalls all over the place too. And then I've finally seen a waterfall.
Seen one, like for real.
Right.
Maybe I never did see it.
So, and everything that you do for these entrepreneurs is, it's what I've based the success of my life on, is helping other business owners succeed. So I can't even thank you enough for that aspect of what you do. And I'm not motivationally driven. I left Hello Gary and didn't see Tony Robbins speak for 3 hours because I don't care about Tony. Nice guy. I'm just not driven.
I get it.
So I had to do you gave me a long time to think about this meeting. I had to do some soul searching as to why I connect with you, because what you say maps to my success. 100%. Nothing else, Cardone, Lopez, like good, fine, good guys, whatever, but none of the thing I talk about actually maps to the shit that I did in order to put me where I am. So I think that's a pretty big deal.
Because you were an operator.
Yeah.
Like I only speak to
Founder.
operators.
Yeah.
I don't look like those guys.
Nope.
I'm just, people think I do.
Yeah. And a lot of your followers do too. You
100%.
I'm amazed, like every time, I don't know, did any of the stuff that I did over the last 3 months track to you at all? Like on your social media? Probably not, you're not on Facebook.
Help me.
Yeah, well, I mean, over the last 2 months, anytime you do anything on Facebook that resonates with me, I put a nice little story about mine.
Yes,
and
I've seen
and
that.
that 50, 60, it
Yeah,
comes to the
I've
top
seen
every
that.
time. And then I get a handful of people who come to me and say, hey, really like your story. And man, I just really love talking with those early entrepreneurs. That's what I built my business on anyways. And a lot of them, like half of them are like MLM money flip stuff, And I'm just like, okay, I can't help you because that's not my space.
Yeah, it's the biggest reason so many people struggle with my content, because it's not going to be fast. And the reason people are attracted to that stuff is they want passive, fast income.
Yeah.
And I don't think that exists.
No. Yeah, and I just never been in my space, so.
Yeah.
I have no ask, just FYI, but I would like to make an offer.
Okay, sure.
And that is,
You send me a detailed email, I'll figure out how to do something.
I will. Awesome. Thank you,
My
brother.
pleasure. Real pleasure, man.
We've been videoing all damn day. You know who Gary is, right? Yeah, he's educated. It was awesome. So, I figured, he was like, come see us for 15 minutes, paid for everything. Went out, hit his assistant yesterday night. He's like, show up at 9. I'm like, cool. We figured we'd be out by 10, right? So, drops us in like a location, says, this is your base for the day. We'll pull you in the meetings that you can be involved in. We'll let you know if you can record because some of it's sensitive. So we were in like 3 meetings, an hour long, about all the kind of shit got coming down. Heavy into podcast, dude. He's like wanting to take over the podcast world. And then went all the way to like 5:45 and was finally like the one-on-one. Sat down for like 15, 20 minutes. And that was it.
It was good.
Yeah, it was really great.
It was worth it.
I'll let you know when the content comes out. Because that's the whole reason there. I had to ask. Yeah, it's not like I'm like, dude, invest in my business. Like,
Cheers, Simon. Cheers. Cheers.
To find and
Like, I really do love the super agent. And I'll say that to anybody who, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you're purchasing sanity. Like, I don't have to answer my phone anymore. I don't have to schedule jobs anymore.
purchasing
right?
sanity.
I like
Yeah.
stealing that.
Yeah,
that's the new
ours.
tagline.
So-
Service agents.
That's
Purchase
it.
your sanity.
You have to.
Based off what you gave me so far, and we can go through the end. I want her to get on with the phone with support or training, doesn't matter, and work through these with them, and then I will make sure, I will be her avatar inside ServiceMonster to make sure these items get at least answered and or addressed.
So
So you're based out of New York now? You're based out of New York?
Yeah.
How's business?
Steady. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes not. You know, and like the carpet cleaning gods have it where like as soon as I get overwhelmed, I always get like a day or two breather, and then I end up getting caught up. You know.
And that's why we're at where we're at. Because we educate our clients. Yeah, I'm not here to rip my clients up. I'm here to provide a fair service for an honest day's work. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. So I love what I do, but are we perfect? No, but do we have issues? Absolutely. But have I brought you on to take care of issues? Absolutely. That's why I brought your business on for my company to help us grow and take care of the issues that we have to grow that next level. Because we can't do it on our own. And that's where you guys come into play.
Yeah, so I'm going to work with your
Absolutely.
person to make that happen. We'll help her in the areas that we can. We'll train her in the areas that we can, and then we'll figure it out. Because at the end of the day, if you're using Google Calendar, that doesn't tell you shit. Yeah, you can get the job done, but what about the follow-up? What about your analytics? What about your KPIs? You have access to none of that stuff, right?